What's going on in the world, people? Hey, it's NNE Brian, just sitting back here. Just got up from my nap, midnight nap. Yeah, woke up, went, who's on live? And I looked, and nobody's live. What the hell, folks? Everybody getting too lazy to go live nowadays? What's going on here? So I says, you know what? If there ain't nobody live, then I'll open up a live, and I'll do it. Hey, Bell Admin, Steve Mail, how you doing? Crazy Outdoor Main Adventure. What's going on, Crazy Outdoor? What's doing up here? Maine myself. So I woke up from my nap and I said, well, let's see what's going on in the world. And nobody was live, so I said, what the heck? Let's kick in and see what's going on. I'll put the link up, so if anybody comes in, if they want to jump up, they are more than welcome to. Richard, how you doing there? Silver Diamond, what's happening? The old man has to do my early afternoon naps in order to make it through the rest of the day. In order to make it through the late night that everybody wants to go through lately here. I stayed up last night and actually went on and said hi to the folks in the late night show. So, just wondering what everybody was doing. I see that Steven Mulesel still out there looking for reload equipment. Congratulations, Steven. Steven bought himself a nice piece of equipment this morning. He had on Facebook. If you're not following Steven on Facebook Live, you're missing a lot. Steven's always got something that he's putting on Facebook. And if you're into firearms, if you're into reloading, or any of that stuff, Steven's a good source of information on that. If he don't know it, I bet you he probably knows where to find it. He loads some pretty heavy equipment. He's some pretty heavy firepower there. In Canaan, of course I know where Canaan is. I delivered mobile homes around here, mobiles and modular houses. I delivered up Canaan area quite a lot, up in that area. Up in Newport, and then I'd run up into Canaan that way. Been there, done that. Beautiful area, nice area up there. I like the countryside up there. So yeah, hopefully we'll get a chance to get out and do some camping, some hunting, fishing this year. Freaking COVID kept everybody home. Hey, hopefully everybody gets out and gets going. How many of you have had your vaccines? I've had my first vaccine, and I think on the 30th or the 1st, I'm due to have my second one. How many out there has had one? I didn't have any friggin' side effects at all. Everybody was like, oh, I could hardly walk. I couldn't think straight. I didn't have a friggin' single side effect. It didn't bother me a bit. I guess they say a big percentage of the population is not going to have it. Well, my whole view is there's no vaccine yet, but I did a lot of hunting this year in my own area, but I didn't go. Usually I'll go up to northern Maine, or I'll go to different areas, but I didn't get a chance, go anywhere else other than my own area. Not going to get the vaccine unless I'm forced to. I don't think we're going to be forced to. I think the situation is going to be this. And I guess if I was a businessman, I would consider as to whether or not I was going to do it or not. And that is if 60-80% of the population is vaccinated, and I own a restaurant, I own a spa, or I own someplace, and I knew a large percentage of the population was vaccinated, and a small percentage of the population wasn't vaccinated, would I allow the people in that weren't vaccinated to chance spreading something through maybe my other employees that weren't vaccinated? Or, I just wonder. I know that the airlines say they're not going to let you on an airplane if you're not vaccinated. So the airlines are saying you're not flying if you're not vaccinated. A lot of your government buildings are saying that if you're not vaccinated, you're not going to go into a government building. So there is going to be a lot of a lot of places that are going to restrict it to vaccinated. Um, maybe that's not, you know, legal. Who knows? Who the fuck knows? You know, this is all so unprecedented. You know, we've never had this type of situation before, so nobody knows what the hell to do. Nobody knows what the hell to do. Yeah, travel. Yeah, Stephen. Travel's gonna cruise ships. Yep, cruise ships, trains. I've heard people say that Amtrak is considering the same thing. If one form of transportation does it, they will all follow suit. If the airline says you're not gonna go on, then they will. I can see your DNA change live on NNE. You know, if they change my DNA, maybe I'll turn into a fucking snake. Some people say I already am anyway, so maybe I'll really turn into one. Wouldn't it be interesting if they had changing our DNA? Yeah, maybe we'll have a DNA testing and see if I still show up as 60% Native American. Maybe they turned me into some sort of a fucking hybrid. Anybody new coming in, please hit the subscribe button, and also the like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate it ever so much. If not, how can they prove you didn't? What's that now? Do they have an ID card saying you have been? Yes, in your wallet. I don't have mine with me right now. And that's my wife has taken it out of my wallet. Here's a card right here. And this card says when you've had your vaccination. So if after you do the second vaccination, then I'll do my second vaccination on the 1st. If you have this card and you go on to an airplane, then you can show that you've got it. I'm sure there'll be some sort of, by that time, there's going to be some sort of official card they'll probably give you, and it can only be signed by who the fuck knows. But believe me, there will be some sort of a official card. The government will require it, only because they're saying now that you won't be able to go into government buildings. Probably that's what they're considering. You won't be able to go into government buildings. Polly Crispy Critter. Oh God, I hope not. God, wouldn't that be funny if they turned you into your enemy, right? Hey, little crazy Frenchman, what's going on? Who else we got jumped in there? We've got Yes, Andre de Frances. Frenchman in here. 2 Frenchmen in here now. Look at that, the Frenchman. Too bad I don't speak that. Upstate Artist, what's going on? Let's put the link in back up here one more time, and then I'm going to go over and I'm going to pin it to the top. I think I can remember how to do that. If not, I'll have to have one of my genius people here tell me how to do it, because I'm not so remembering. Let me think. I'm going to go over here, going to go to live, going to pause this one, going to go to the stream, we're going to hit that, pin message. Look at that, Brian. I remembered how to do it. Now that should be pinned to the top now. Tis it there? Steve, what's happening? You there, are you?
Brian, how you doing?
Hey, what's up? That's bad. How you doing? Yeah, so I'm trying to see if I manage to get that thing pinned to the top or not. I'm no good at that. I'll tell you. I've been doing this a long. Look, here it is. There it is, pinned to the top. Slicker than hell. I love it. So what you up to, Steve?
I don't know, just having a lazy day, but yeah, I like this subject because I know a little bit about it, because I'm a traveler and I've been keeping track of like Southeast Asia and
Yep.
the meeting people in or not, and I think it's going to be pretty much worldwide that all international travel, you're going to have some sort of a stamp on your passport, or
Yep.
they're calling it like a green something, or I don't know what they're gonna do, but
Well, they're calling it the COVID passport. I don't know what it's going to look like, whether it'll be just a stamp within your passport, which is what I think it's going to be. I
yeah,
know in the Philippines already requiring, in order for you to travel around province to province, that you either have to be vaccinated or you have to show a negative test, and then you have to 5 days in isolation, and then show another negative test after that in order for you to travel freely in the area. So
yeah,
a lot of these small countries are already starting,
yeah.
in
And
third world countries.
I think even inside the United States, I mean now, I mean the we haven't shut down air travel, you know, about it. We make people wear masks and stuff, but
Yep.
um, it as soon as like over half the population has been vaccinated, it's going to be required that you're vaccinated to get on a plane. I think, which is okay for me. I don't have a problem with that.
Well, it's like any other vaccination. I mean, if you don't have polio, if you don't have some of these other,
Yeah,
vaccinations, you can't go to school. They won't let your kid in school and so forth. So, I
yeah.
mean,
There's a lot of countries that won't let you in unless you have a malaria vaccine,
yeah,
shot saying you got it. So
yeah.
it's
So
kind of the same thing.
I don't think it's unprecedented. I think that there's enough precedence for it, for them to be able to do it without a big fight. Of course, there's going to be a small, fight on it and so forth from, I won't say people's names, but people like on here that are saying that, I'm not going to have it. I'm not going to have it. And it's their right not to have it, but they may find
Right.
themselves in isolation. They may find themselves not able to travel. They may find themselves,
Yeah.
stuck in their houses. Um,
Yeah. And if they don't want to travel, that's okay. If they don't want to go do things, that's okay.
yeah,
But
and if I own a grocery store, and if 80% of the population is vaccinated, am I going to let the other 20% in to shop? Knowing that they'll be in there. So I mean, there's a lot of things to think about if you're a businessman. Do you
right.
want to be sued because your vaccination didn't work well? All right, and because I'm the store that allowed the other 20% in, and your vaccination didn't work well, and you get the virus because I'm allowing all of these people in, are you going to sue me? Or
Yeah, but it would be hard. It would be hard for someone to prove they caught it there. But yeah, I see your point.
I know, but there's some wacko that's always going to bring the case, though.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
going to try to say, well, it was in your store, even though there's no way to prove it. There's somebody that's going to file a case on it, and you're going to
yeah,
defend it, or that they were in your cab or your restaurant or what have you.
yeah.
Um,
Somebody could say that's the only place I've been in the last 2 months, and I got it. You know.
well, I don't know what they're doing in the country, but when you go into a restaurant here, you have to give your name and a phone number. So if there's an outbreak and it's related to that restaurant, they're able to get a hold of you and tell you to go get yourself tested. Well, they're just going to use that same information later on down the road as to who has not been tested when there is an outbreak. And so, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Do I support those who not wanting to be tested? Sure. I mean, not wanting to be vaccinated? Sure. They have the right not to be vaccinated, but other people will have the right to limit how much interaction they want to have with them.
Yeah, exactly. When this
Yeah.
whole thing started, I was thinking, okay, because I've never been through a pandemic. None of us have, and
Oh,
I was thinking, okay, well, because I live near my 80-plus-year-old parents that that I can't get it because I have to take care of them. I go see them every day, and so it was March 3rd last year, and I told them, okay, I'm taking a leave of absence. I think it's going to be like 3 or 4 months, because I didn't know what this was going to do,
oh
and here
yeah,
it is. Here it is a year later now.
yeah. And who would have ever? I mean, you think back a year and a half ago, and you ever would have imagined that we would be talking about this today, a year and a half, about the different stuff that we would have gone through, accepting of law changes, well, not law changes, but people just, governors making laws on their own. Would we have been in this situation? I would have told you were crazy. But
Yeah.
fear does things. And what's going to end up happening is when 80% of the public is vaccinated and they look at the other 20% or 30% and they see that other 30%, if you think that there is racism, you wait until there is fear about a class of people who hasn't been vaccinated versus from the 80% or 70% of those who have been vaccinated. That's going to be an interesting thing we haven't even thought about. How are those 20% going to be treated? It's scary to think about it. A year ago, I would have said that we would do the things that we're doing right now. So I mean, it's scary to think that 10th man, they laugh at 10th man when he talks about putting people on trains because they have COVID and so forth. I can't wait for 10th man to start talking about the 20% that they're going to put on trains and send to these camps. That'll be 10th man's next thing,
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's been really weird to watch because we did the lockdowns and I'm like, well, we're doing lockdowns, but that's to keep the hospitals. Is it to keep everybody safe, or to keep the hospitals from getting overbooked and overrun? And then it was like, okay, it's for the hospitals. And then I'm like, well, what are they going to do? And then I'm like, how the hell long is this going to take? And then it's like, oh, it's taking a year and we're not done. We're not. I thought it was going to rush through and be over, but the 1918 flu, the Spanish flu, it took 3 years. And that was without vaccines, but
that is exactly that was the what was it they call it, where you have to build up your own antibodies toward it and so forth, and it took 3 years for the population that was left. Right now they're saying that there's an increase in 13 states around the country. There's an increase in the COVID reporting.
Yeah, now, reporting. It's because of the new variant. It's because of the that was the B.1.1.7 variant out of Kent in UK has made it here.
What I'd be interested to hear though is, of those 13 states, what has been the vaccination amount of those states? Are they the states that are the least? Because I mean, the state of Maine, we don't have a lot of people vaccinated, and we have an increase. So is it only the states that have the lack of the vaccination are seeing the increases? Or is it the states that are rolling out a lot of vaccinations that's why they're not seeing the increases? I'd be curious to find out.
Yeah. The states that have done more vaccinations aren't seeing the increase as much, and the variants are going to keep coming, and we may have to get vaccinated next year for a different variant, and this whole thing could turn into something that wipes out all the people. Who knows, but it's probably not. But
well, it's like the common flu. You don't just get one vaccination and that's it. You get to life. Every year you get a new vaccination because there's new strains. So you're probably, it could be right. We may have new strains, COVID-19, COVID-20, 22, so on and so forth. So, it could be the case and so forth. But I mean, I get my flu vaccine every year. So I'm sure and that covers, I don't know how many different things. So I think that this will probably, now they have this vaccine, you'll just see it be incorporated, the different strains right into the regular flu vaccine at some point in time. I mean, it would, unless the the pharmacies, the pharma companies say, hey, no, we want this to be a separate thing. We make more money if it's a separate thing. Then maybe they won't roll it out on an annual thing and just do a biannual so that they can have it be its own injection.
Yeah, and it's happening fast because, like, you look in France, like Paris just locked down again, Italy just locked down again. It's just like COVID swept through there, but then this new variant came through and sweeping through again. And it's only been like 6 months ago,
Right,
and
and
it's
we don't know yet.
back again, people sick again.
Right, and we don't know yet how long once you've had it and you've got the antibodies, we don't know how long those antibodies last. So we don't know if those antibodies only last a year, just like the antibodies in the common flu. Those antibodies only last a year, or the virus, metastasizes into something different. And
Yeah, the first SARS, SARS-1. It didn't affect that many people. Only about 10,000 people got infected, but those people that got infected are still have antibodies to this day for it. But we stopped it early, and it didn't have a chance to go out and mutate and turn into all these other variants. It didn't spread worldwide. It was kept in Asia and kept local. So now that it's spread around, that's why we have to make sure that we vaccinate, all the third world countries, Zimbabwe and everywhere, everywhere needs it, because it could go there and mutate and spring out from there as a new thing.
Kyle Stevens in auditing. Feel free to come up there if you want to talk there. And any of you that's got anything on this topic or any other topic, feel free to come on up. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. But yeah, it's I was looking at what Kyle was saying about hospitals and so forth. A lot of the hospitals are saying that in the areas that there's a decrease, that they have empty beds, they have the respirators now and so forth. But some of these other states that are now seeing the increases, they're going to probably start now being seeing runoffs. But the way this has changed things now, before pharmacies, it was only the pharmacist that was able to give you an injection, that was able to give you vaccines. Now, a lot of the pharmacies now have started training their techs, and their techs are now giving the vaccines. So it's freed up their pharmacists to do what they're supposed to be doing. Now, my wife is with them. My wife went through a training and she just got her license and is yesterday started doing the vaccines and so forth. So it just showed, and that's going to be another thing is, you've got all these people trained now. These pharmacies aren't going to want to, because they had to spend a lot of money to train all these people. And they gave me, my wife, $1 an hour raise, after doing it and so forth. So these pharmacies have spent a lot of money now, and these pharmaceutical companies have spent a lot of money now. So they're not going to want us to not utilize these people. So I think you're going to see a push for this to be an annual or biannual vaccination. I'm not sure they will do it as an annual, because it's look at the problem they've had pushing this through this year. Imagine if you were trying to do it year after year. I mean,
but at the same time, if you're expecting it, and you can build up, and we could build factories. We got empty warehouses sitting all over the country.
Yeah.
We could convert them to doing this if we wanted, and it wouldn't be a big deal. I mean, it was a big deal at first because everybody had to switch over to making this, but in the future it wouldn't be that hard.
Well, and I think now, have you already got both vaccines, or are you waiting, or?
No, my parents. No, yeah, I'm waiting. I'm in my 50s. My parents are in their 80s, and they just got their second shot a couple days ago.
Yeah, I'm 59, but because I've got problems breathing and so forth and lung issues, it allowed me, and my wife got me on the list, as a person with problems and so forth. That's why I got mine. I'll have, like I said, my second one. Problem, everybody can wait and see how I turn out. If I turn into a big bad monster, oh, that really doesn't. There are those out there who would tell you I am a big bad monster. So maybe I'm not a good one to judge it. At least I can laugh myself, right? Come on. But
Yeah,
no,
I'll get the vaccine as soon as which I don't know which one I'll get. My parents got the Pfizer. I don't know which one I'll get. I mean, now I'm probably going to get it within the next couple of weeks. I'm trying to sign up, and they're telling me wait, but
well,
it should be soon.
the one single shot, which is, I don't know if you guys have Hannaford's where you are, but which Hannaford's is doing the single shot one where you just get one shot and you're done. That
Yeah,
one,
the Johnson and Johnson Janssen
yeah,
vaccine. Yeah.
yeah, that one's only reported as 65% effective. So, and the other one is reported at 95% effective. It doesn't seem like, but I mean, 30% effective, this is a big deal to me. That's why I didn't go, because they have it right locally yet, where I could have gone and got the single shot.
But even at 65%, if everybody has it, that would stop the pandemic. I mean, it may still stay endemic and come back, but
Yeah.
it would stop the pandemic where it's just spreading like wildfire.
Well,
And
and what the problem is going to be is rolling this out worldwide, getting the world, to getting all these little countries to, all them vaccinated that you can, and because because travel is worldwide now. People travel. It's not just a matter of someone, or they only stay in there. No, people go from one friggin' continent to another continent to another. So many world travelers that some little tiny country could bring it back. If it's not knocked out in all countries, like polio. It took a while to do it, but eventually we wiped out polio, smallpox.
yeah,
Oh, we wiped them out, but it's because everybody stood together and said, "Okay, we need to do this."
yeah. And
Hopefully that,
it took about 10 years for the polio vaccine,
yeah,
for us to have that.
yeah. And so I mean,
A
hopefully
lot of
everyone,
people died. A lot of kids died. Polio was like a younger person's thing, which made it even worse. And
and I was
yeah,
looking,
I travel a lot. I travel 100,000 miles a year
yeah,
on planes. I do.
yeah.
I go to Asia all the time, and,
Mhm.
it's just somebody coming from South Africa going there
Yeah.
and
Now,
infecting, and I went there, and then I bring it here, and then
yeah. Now, when was the last time you was in the Philippines? Have you been to the Philippines recently? Or
it's been about 4 years.
okay, where do you usually go? Manila or
Yeah, Manila, and then I go to Angeles, and I've been
Angeles?
to Cebu. I've been to Cebu. I kind of hit
Yeah, yeah,
the main places. I know. I love Cebu. That's
yeah.
really
I
good.
haven't been to Cebu, but I know a lot of people from Cebu, and I've looked at a lot of stuff about Cebu and Cebu's beautiful area and so forth. They got some great beaches. I mean, some of their beaches are fantastic.
Yeah,
Um,
I love the Philippines, and I love how they speak English where other countries over there. You
yeah,
know, my main country I go to is Thailand, and I speak
yeah.
Thai.
Oh,
So
you speak? Yeah,
I had to learn Thai just because I go there a lot, and
yeah. Yeah, that's what I like about Philippines. I can go anywhere in the Philippines, and yeah, you'll run into people who don't speak English, but it's very rare, and it's usually those who are minimally educated and so forth, or educated in the
yeah,
public system. But mostly, you run across people who speak very good English, um, and as a matter of fact, you run across people who speak better English than I do. So, you know,
yeah,
but my wife is from Lonyong, from the Buwang, which is basically the what they call the surfing capital over there in Philippines, and so there's quite a few resorts in the area, and then we can run up into San Fernando, which is the real area that most people stay when they do go surfing and so forth. But there's some resorts in the area, but there's a lot of area in there also. I mean, there's no area that you don't have the poor people and you don't have the squatters.
Right.
And,
Yeah,
so
you see it.
see a lot of that no matter where you go.
Yeah, in Manila, I've been in Manila traffic, and they come and wash their window and try to sell you flowers and at every intersection.
Every
That's
somebody
like
with
every
something.
intersection. And I've been on jeepneys and
Yep.
with 12-year-olds, with the 12-year-old driver, because you
Yeah.
don't have to have a driver's license to
Yeah.
drive a jeepney. You have to have one to drive a car, but not a bus.
Now, have you driven? Have you driven in Thai or in the Philippines?
I never drove anything in the Philippines, but in Thailand, yeah. But you drive on the other side of the road, on the
Yeah.
left side. In
No, I
Thailand.
saw that. I drive every time I go to the Philippines. I drive, but it's probably because that's my style of driving. Because I'm crazy as a son of a bitch anyway on the road, and so I drive around. But I haven't quite tried Manila yet.
Yeah,
They
that's a little rough. Manila's a little
they
rough.
are just crazy there. They're
What's up,
ludicrous.
Bud Grover?
Hey, how you doing, Stevie? Hey,
I'm doing
Brian.
good.
Hey, bud, what's up?
How much? What?
Rough
Yeah,
night.
Bud Grover. I was trying to work on the graphics,
Oh, cool.
but I'm stuck. You guys got to come up with a name, and you guys got to come up with I don't know, because
I
you know,
wanted
first-
5 guys charity and a charity. Now it's 7 guys and a charity.
I like that. That's cool.
I added KY and Among Us because they work in the backgrounds and they're very important too. So my
Yeah.
new tagger kind of looks like this. I don't know if I can do this or not. It shows me blue, which is kind of weird. Oh, because I haven't logged on yet. All right. Yeah, but I thought I lost my tagger. Does that work in chat? Oh, and by the way, you got Facebook going. That's what it means by I can't post comments in some designations, eh? Brian?
What's that?
I don't know.
I said you're running Facebook Live right now. It
Yes,
doesn't
I am.
let us post our comments in your feed.
On Facebook, you mean?
Yeah, it'll let you post comments in the NNE one, but it
Right.
won't let you post comments in Facebook.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, Facebook's weird.
Yeah, but how many followers do you have? Not how many friends, how many followers?
Oh, I'm not sure. Like, I've got 1,400 friends. I don't know how many followers.
Friends don't mean shit. What you
Hold
need
on.
followers. That's
Yeah,
why you
hold
got
on.
to gear up your.
Yeah, I'd have to look. I think I've got a couple hundred followers.
Ain't gonna do any shit for you. See the way
Oh, no,
Facebook works is it's not the friends, it's the followers. If you're doing charity raisers and stuff, then it's the friends. If you're doing stuff like this, it's the followers, because Facebook monetizes you after you get 10,000 followers.
Yeah,
That's
I
their
haven't.
game.
I haven't even bothered to do anything with it. I just put it over there because I've got friends that don't have YouTube that like to watch the show. So that's the only reason I even put it over there. I don't even do anything for that. But
Oh,
I
because
know,
there's certain ways to get followers. It's like every time you get a new friend, they become a follower if they go through the way you put it for an invite. They automatically click as a follower and then they have to remove it. So what you do is you send out a bunch of invites. All these people automatically click on the invite. They become a follower right away. I know.
Yeah.
But it's a stupid game. It's like, why do you need 10,000 followers? Well, what's up with that?
yeah, I know.
You can rape fuck us all the way up until we get 10,000. Yeah, exactly. But once you get 10,000, they pay pretty good, according to Was that guy that they make fun of for always the PayPal Patrick or whatever?
I forget.
PayPal Patty.
Yeah, well, he.
Hey, I'll be right back, but I gotta take care of something. All right.
Jeez. All righty.
I know.
Sure, just leave me and Bud here.
That's all right.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Damn, so that worked out, guys. I have to recant my bitching about eBay. But I can tell you now what you don't want to do. Whenever you get fucked, you don't want to call up the regular line. You want to get patched to the returns department. Because I wasted 2 fucking weeks listening to them tell me how I'm going to chew on this. And then that lady got on the phone and she's like a supervisor. She goes, oh, hell no. And not only did I get my money refunded right away, but I got to keep the PlayStation 4. So that's free. I got a free PlayStation 4. I love it because the guy originally, when I gave him an option how to fix this, told me, what you going to do? He goes, he literally threatened me. This is a bait and switch shit. And I told him that's not a good idea. I said, go ahead and refund me $100, which was nice of me. And I'll go ahead and leave you alone. And he basically said, go fuck yourself. And, well, now he's fucked. He's lost his account. He's being investigated for fraud. And I got his machine for free. And as sick as I am, I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
Fucking dork trying to sell me fake shit.
It's
I
nice
love it
when
when
things work out, huh? And karma fucking.
Yeah, it does, because who the fuck is gonna write brand new inbox, never opened, never used, sell it, it's used, and then look at you and go, you couldn't have got it for that price anyway. It's a good price for used. No, it's not what I bought. So yeah, don't go through the main fucking line. That was really cool about the number though. It says call you back in 2 minutes. Mitch,
and don't order a mail order bride like on eBay because
oh my god, some of those things work out. I know someone who actually did that.
Because you order like a 5'3".
No, that shit's not the way it works.
They're
They're who they say they are, but the problem is most of them only want you for that year. After that year, they leave you. They already have husbands and stuff waiting. These stupid, lonely American guys who got money think they're going to get this hot-looking Filipino or Malaysian chick coming over here, and it's going to be like a sex slave, and they're going to be just obedient. And I
don't know what they think. But you know what? I've had several girlfriends in Southeast Asia, and I'm like, no, I can't afford to bring you to my house. And they're like, well, what if I find some other guy to bring me there?
Wait a minute. So you're going to get another guy to bring you to my house?
Well, they're offering that. I never said okay. They're offering that.
Yeah, but once they get in here and get you married to them, bro, they don't give a shit. After a year or whatever, what they'll do is they'll strip in front of you so you can see their tattoos and stuff. So when they come in and they ask you questions about them, you have the answers or you'll go over them. But I had several friends that did this. It's such a waste because
if you're a really good guy and they love you and you're a good guy, like I am.
Look at this guy. Oh my God, it's that guy. It's that evil guy. Should we let him? Okay, we'll let him up. Go ahead. We'll let the no. Actually, we're not letting him up.
What's up, buddy?
KY Packers in the building, everyone. Say hi to KY. His wife is home, which is a good thing. Everyone send prayers and love. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, I know there's only like 5 that said here, bro, but we love you. There's 8. There's 8 now. Yeah. But actually, it's like Brian went away. Once he got me to come up here, he left.
He went to use the bathroom.
Yeah, sure he did. Sure, we won't see him, dude.
That's right. So how you doing, KY?
No, it's just crazy day.
You ready for springtime? I sure am.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, spring is sprung.
Fuck winter. I mean, I know I didn't have any of that snow or anything like you guys did.
All my trees are showing blossoms and leaves.
Oh, we had
and-
a good 4 or 5 inches
Of snow?
up in Wisconsin. That's just a heavy frost.
Fuck. Oh my god.
I can remember times when I was in the late 20s, early 30s. The snow on the median between each side of the road would be piled 10, 12 feet tall. You couldn't see a bus go by on the other side because the snow was so high.
Wow.
It made crossing an intersection a real challenge. Or if you're on a side road crossing a main road, you can only see the oncoming traffic at your side of the snow. And you have to
Yeah,
stop
you
in
know,
the middle and then look
Nah.
to the side and try to find a break in traffic.
you just drive straight into it like a fucking maniac. Trust me, they'll make a break. They'll make a break.
There's people who try that. They don't make it very far.
Well, you know, it depends on how crazy they look. Like if I were to get a picture of Tammy Linlin, you know, and they'll start screaming, you know, like put it in the set. Say, see that face of me screaming? They'll open up. There's so many funny things I want to. Now, look, everyone, if you see this guy Midwest, we gotta be careful of that one. Oh shit, there he is.
Don't watch out for Midwest.
God, Carl, how could you say those things?
Yeah, I don't think Carl said a damn word.
You're right. It was Stevie.
I don't believe in Stevie would do that either.
I wouldn't do that.
He's got you fooled. So you heard what they said, right? They said, be careful of those guys that do like banners and stuff because they're whack jobs.
Are we?
You know, anyone that does banners and stuff. Oh God, that would be Stevie. So how you doing, Midwest?
I do better.
We're about to go
Yeah. That's
get
what
some
I'm
food in our belly, and then we're going to go out and hit some places.
Nice. Of course,
Did
won't
you
ask
get
you
that
where.
message from LDOF?
Yes, I sure did. Oh, fuck. I fucked that up. Hey, KY, look at the chat.
Oh my God! It's
You got
so.
Walker Cam. Cool.
He's
like it.
coming at us.
around the house, dudes.
What? You gonna take us a tour on the house?
Tour around my house. Wouldn't see much.
Yeah,
That's
don't hit the cat. Don't run over the cat. I like your kitchen.
Yeah, I
kitchen.
do. Got
Yeah,
the
the
angle.
wife did that,
Very nice kitchen.
and then you know this is what happens when you have a gymnast. All right, takes over your fucking house.
Oh
Nice.
yeah. Take over your living room.
Yeah, that's my office right over there. And so she puts a friggin' gym in front of my office.
Nice. Apparently, it wasn't being used for anything.
Why you think I all of a sudden changed my location? Remember, I used to sit in my office and do my lives. I can't anymore. She's always doing some freaking thing.
Dude, you could mute that side and you could just like leave her in the background exercising. People would like that.
Well, that
Depending on the. I mean, let's not forget we could. It's not like we could. It's like I'm saying.
backyard.
That's all I'm saying. We can watch her work out. I mean,
What are you saying, bud? What are you saying?
I have no problem watching women that work out.
Me neither. Me neither.
I'm just
We're
saying.
still there.
Yeah, we tried to get away. We're still there.
I fucking dropped you. How'd you like that?
Like a
That's my
rock.
back. Can you see anything, or is it all sunlight?
Can't see shit. You're not on the monitor.
Well, you're there for a sec. Yeah, we just.
Oh, now there it is. Oop,
I was
there
sitting
it
here
is.
looking at Midwest, but he just dropped.
Oh, come on. Now Midwest is gone. What the?
So anyways, okay, I was coming over here because I gotta show you the job I've got to do. This is my job I have to do every day. You guys don't think that I'm.
Tonight, he says, we're doing.
This is my freaking job. Look at that. That's what my wife said. Hey, can you do that for me?
This
Put
is
that freaking dishes in there. And I'm like, what the frig?
What,
Yeah.
you don't do dishes? I do dishes.
Yeah, I have to do dishes
Oh,
today.
there's Midwest again. He's on again, off again. Get it? So you're
No,
going
are
out.
those messages in private for me?
I don't know who's putting messages in private. I didn't.
Midwest put in
Midwest.
there. Wait, it said Preston said he's gonna send you some love. How much do you charge tonight? So I don't know what that means. What,
how much for one night? How much for
how
one
much
night?
for one night? Basically, he's asking.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that pleasant? Does it include
$100?
flowers?
They got to put in a happy ending.
Depends what cologne you're wearing. If you're wearing good cologne,
Oh no!
yeah.
So if he put, we got to find out what Midwest's favorite scent is.
Yeah, so if you hear noise in the background, that's just me doing what my wife gave me instructions to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a honey-do situation.
You know, yeah, so that was actually the stuff that I told you I had to go do. And then I told someone else in confidence that I was going to go take a shit.
Oh my God.
And that's what he had to tell you guys. I was going to the bathroom. So,
How nice.
yeah, that's what I kind of thought. So what's happening? I hear you say something about girls and stuff. What were you talking about?
Well, he was talking about mail order brides.
Oh, they're nice. I think everybody should get two.
Yeah, we talked about that for a second, but it was
Yeah,
kind of a
I was
joke, but
talking
not
about
really. But,
his
yeah.
friend's friend that was talking. They
Yeah,
they may speak English over there, but they don't understand it all that well. It's like, I call me at 4 and 3:30 and 4:30 and 5 in the morning. Yeah, I'm just usually going to sleep by then, so I'm done. I can't even hear the phone ring.
You know what? The girlfriends that I've had and thought about marrying, it's like, I need to go and retire there and go live there, and they'll stay the same because as soon as I bring them here,
Oh no, bring them here. It's all over. It's
dude, what did I tell you? Didn't I tell you go retire over there?
yeah, I should
Yeah,
check
yeah.
it out, dude.
go there and stay there. And
every-
you know what?
Every
It's
100.
fucking-
Wait.
it's
Every
fucking
100.
awesome there. It's freaking awesome there.
Every $107 is $5,085 US.
Yeah, and you know
I
what?
mean-
It's freaking awesome there. It never gets cold. Food's cheap and food's fucking awesome. And,
Yeah, you live in a hut. You live in a
Well, I don't know.
See things
Living-
made out of leaves.
Who cares?
Well, I'm
Yeah,
just saying it's Robinson Crusoe time there, brother. Not that
Yeah,
any
yeah.
problem if you've got the chick. The chick will keep you all nice and
Yeah,
happy.
yeah. Without a girl, it would be fucking hell.
No, but then they
if you
get
got
the
a girl.
but
It's
then
great.
with anybody, men or women, it's the days they get the attitude that
Yeah, but to bring them here, oh my god!
oh shit, Bart.
All of a sudden they want
Hang
fucking
on.
Cartier and they want fucking.
Of course they do. Then it goes
Oh,
from
God.
yes sir to what the fuck. Give me
I
a
don't know. They're not. No, you go there. They're not so yes sir, and they're not subservient really. But you're treating them as like an equal. Like that's what we do here. Your wife is your equal, and they're not used to that, and they love that. They're like used to be. They're planning on. They watch their mom, get abused by their dad or whatever, and they're expecting to be like a lower class citizen. You treat them like an equal. Subservient, yeah, and you treat them like an equal, and they're happy, and you're happy, and you know, I love it over there. I fucking love it. I love it. And but um, yeah, I wouldn't suggest bringing one over back, but I mean you can. Brian did. I'd be careful. My uncle did. That was my greatest aunt I ever had. I loved her. She's my favorite relative. You know.
It's a misconception. I mean, people think that they're looking to come here just for the visa and so forth. No, they're not that. They're looking to come here for a future. They just want to come here and have a future. That's all they want. Nothing to do with
Exactly.
it.
Exactly.
If you go there and give them a decent future there, they'll stay right fucking there. They don't give a damn.
Yeah, it's not that they want to leave there. They just want something better than they have there. And if you go there and you know you got a pension or you know, and you can have a house and they don't have to fucking climb trees to get coconuts all day, you know, they'll be happy.
My God, you could build a friggin' beautiful house over there for friggin' $20,000, you know?
Oh yeah, on an acre of land, and yeah.
I'm going to retire there eventually. My wife, as soon as we're done with the gymnastics for my daughter, because I don't want to do gymnastics for her over there. And I mean, I'd even do college for her over there. The college over there is better than it is here.
Oh yeah.
My wife, when she came here and took her college credits to do a college review, her credits were better than what would have been a regular college student from the United States. She scored higher. And all of her friends that have came here, same thing, they all scored higher. And it's because the Asian countries put more emphasis on education because they know that's the way they get out of poverty, is through education. And so that's what they do. They put a lot of emphasis on educating in English too. Like my wife's English is better than probably most people I know.
Yeah.
And because all of her high school and even grade school, they teach English in grade school. From the time they start school to the time they graduate out of college, they have English courses. So that's why their English is so good. Well, if you marry some girl from province, that their English courses were very minimal and really didn't have a lot of emphasis on it because it was a poor province, you're probably going to find a girl that doesn't have a lot of English and so forth. But I mean, it's like anything else, There's some places in the U.S., their education is minimal. Getting back to the education, to the vaccinations and so forth. I mean, there are places here in the U.S. where, like, the blacks are only 15% being vaccinated, while whites are 35% being vaccinated. So I mean, and that's in Alabama and stuff. So it's going to be areas even in the U.S. depending on where you're traveling, depends on your possibility of infection and so forth. So it's not just international; it's even right in within the U.S.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I'm watching it happen. Well, we're all watching it happen, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of amazing. It's kind of a weird thing that we never thought we'd see, and then now we're watching it. And this is the longest I've had to sit at home ever.
Well, and the thing of it is, like I said to my daughter, I said, you don't realize the time in history that you're alive in right now. I mean, even the pandemic of 1919 wasn't like it is here now. I mean, we've had shutdowns that are unprecedented. We've had government shutting down the whole country. We've had governors shutting down the whole states. This is stuff that is unprecedented. And she's, you're growing up during this time. I never had this happen during my, growing up.
No, me neither.
I mean, this is something that you need to remember, and it's unbelievable that we're still here. Us, older people are still here to see this, because I mean, could you imagine, if told you about this in some other country, you'd say, "Yeah, fuck, there's no way that can happen in the U.S." If somebody says, "Oh, well, that happened in my country," We'd say it could never happen in the U.S. U.S. wouldn't allow it. Well, guess what? We did. And we all backed it.
Yeah.
Well, if you really think about it, we've been through actually 2 pandemics with the swine and then bird flu, but it wasn't as
Yeah. And we had a
notable.
little bit of Ebola too. We had a
Yeah,
little
yeah, we had Ebola pop up on a cruise ship.
Yep.
but
That
they
was
nipped it
nuts.
in the bud. They nipped it in the bud. Sorry, Bud Girl. But they nipped it
Well,
in the bud.
here in Maine, we had someone come off from one of those. Excuse the background noise. I'm sorry, guys. I got to get my fucking thing done. We had a woman come off from one of those places that was helping out over in China or some freaking place where they had the bird flu or SARS or whatever it was, and the woman came up here to northern Maine, and the governor fought to try to to isolate her, and it went all the way to the Supreme Court in the state of Maine, and the Supreme Court ruled that the governor could not put people in isolation, could not put people in enforced forced isolation and so forth. But now, even that was precedent in Maine. Look what we've done. We've done that. We've taken people and made them stay home. We've had rules that if you're out of your house and you're out for anything other than essential reason, that you could be fined $500 if you didn't go into isolation after coming into the country. For 2 weeks, you could be fined $5. And in the state of Maine, we've already had ruling that you couldn't do that from that woman that was working where SARS was. And so it's odd the way things have changed. To see things that were ruled as unconstitutional, because that's what it was. It was ruled as unconstitutional, and now all of a sudden it's saying, "Oh no, that falls within the safety." Well, why it didn't here in Maine then?
Yeah, but if you look back at the 1918 Spanish flu, it was the same thing. It happened at the same time of year, and there was the April thing, and then there was the end of the year thing, and then it was the third wave that killed them.
Actually, after World War I, there was a flu that went across the world and killed 1% of the world's population.
Yeah, that was a 1918 flu. Yeah. The Spanish flu.
Spanish flu. Thank you.
Yeah.
It fucking took what was it? 1% of our population, I believe it was.
Yeah. It was about 1%. It was 10 million died then.
Yeah. Because there was only millions of people, not like billions like we got now, but
Right. Yeah.
The odd thing is that, and the thing that I've always thought to be the oddest, is that this thing attacked the weakest of the people. It attacked the people that cost the country the most. It attacked the people that are the biggest burden to government, government expenditure and so forth. So, and then they start talking, "Whoa, this manufactured." Yeah, well, maybe it was manufactured by the friggin' insurance company to wipe out what cost them the most. You think about it, those are the people that the insurance companies and government spends the most money on.
Yeah.
And I'm not a one of these people that, "Oh wow, this is government's doing this, government's doing that." But I'm just saying, it's odd that one could say how strange it is that it's those people that it went after the most, that it took out the most.
Yeah, Brazil just they just set another plot of land for another 200,000 caskets to go into, and they're like, "Oh no, there's no Corona's over," but in Brazil, that's a Brazilian variant, and the Brazilian variant.
That's depressing.
Yeah. So this whole thing, I mean, this could keep, these variants could keep changing, and it could turn really bad for us, for the whole world. This could be the end of people.
what you have to realize is every time that flu infects a person, it mutates. Every time. So 5 people infections from the same virus strain is 5 variations.
Right, because when it goes in your body, you know, it affects trillions of cells, and you know, and there's mutations because you know it doesn't always replicate the same. And the one that you know, when you get a variant, you know, because there's variations all the time, and most of them like doesn't help the virus, but sometimes it does, and it
Yeah.
makes it either more deadly
If
or
that
makes
one
it more
gets passed
transmissible.
on, then it's a new problem.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I can't help last days. I don't have. I know what he's going to ask me. He's going to ask me if I got $3,000-$4,000 to throw his way for Lord. I just don't have that.
Dude, I hope you say absolutely not. You know, I understand what the guy's going through, the problem he's got, and so forth. But I mean, it's not up to you to bail everybody out that gets themselves, you know, hacked up. I mean, if everybody else can't help out, then it's not up to you to be the sole person that comes to the rescue of everybody that gets thrown in jail. You know, I'm sorry, and I'm sorry, there's going to be people who's going to hate to hear me say that, but you know that's the way it is. If people aren't willing to help you to get your money back, then why should you be setting up? And I mean, it's one thing if you put money up and you get it back,
yeah.
but people aren't even making donations to get you your money back. And so, I mean, you know, you can't be expected to do that. God, you're not a bank, for Christ's sake.
Nope. Not a bail bondsman.
Well, and I hate to be so harsh about it, but that's just, you know, fucking the way it is, dude. You know.
This is why we wanted to get that fund pool set up.
I know, but I mean, even if that fund pool was set up, would you drain a complete fund pool? You know, 3 or 4. What's you know? I don't know. And he's not.
Like you said, right? An average lawyer wants what, $5,000 a month?
Right, but yeah, exactly. But what you know, what's he asking for? He's asking for lawyers' fees, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind doing a bail fund, but to set up a fund for lawyers' fees, are they willing to sign something over that says if they, you know, if they win, are they going to give a percentage of that back? You know, there's just too many open questions, and I just don't like the idea of you being the bank. It's now got to the point where every time someone needs money, they're coming to you. Just because you were inside a couple of times, now everybody that needs bail money is coming to you. Well, that's fine. That's if you're willing to do that. That's totally up to you. It's none of our business. But other guys that are coming to you and wants $4,000 or $5,000 in.
No, that's not going to happen.
Well, I mean, is he willing to sign over half of his you know what he gets in? I mean, that's what these guys need to think. You know, I mean, if you're risking all this money, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean that's if somebody asks for that amount of money, they have different intentions. I don't care what anybody thinks, but if somebody's like, you know, I need this, or you could just help me. If you could just help me, that's a different story. But somebody just say something like that, man, you got an ulterior motive. I don't give a fuck.
No, not necessarily.
Maybe as innocent as it might be, as innocent as can be. It might be as legit as can be. But the question is, how many people can come to KY and get what they need before KY is to the point of where KY needs a little help himself. You know,
yeah, exactly.
The well has a bottom, people. The well has a bottom.
Yes, exactly. With that being said, always remember the people that help you out. You know what I mean? I mean, KY was a big help of me getting my first outing in. And anything that man needs from me and I got it, it's going straight to him.
That's the difference. That's different though. If KY wants to help out someone to get their start, and even if he doesn't get the money back, that's up to him and so forth. That KY is helping someone do what he believes in. All right. helping someone sue, I mean, yeah, that's a lot of money. You're looking at 30. The average lawsuit. The average lawsuit.
Oh, okay, that's the part I missed, Brian. I'm sorry, guys.
The average lawsuit in the state of Maine is $30,000. Just that's what it's going to cost you to file it and to get to stage 1, stage 2. All right, and that's not even to get you to the trial where somebody's down there in the basement, guys. Can somebody let that one up? Hey, why?
I'm not a mod or anything. I've got no powers.
Uh,
I got my glass. Damn it.
hey Brian. Hey Brian, I've been wanting to get your ideas on like what do you think about like this anti-Asian sentiment where Asian people are getting attacked?
Oh God,
Because I know I'm real similar to you. We've been to Asia, I love Asian people, and they're not all the same.
Let me try something. Let me log out and I'll come right back.
well, and it's not innocent people that are doing this. People walking down the street have nothing to do with anything. People,
that's nothing to do with it.
the only connection is their race. Are people really so ignorant that they really do just look at the color of people's skin or the place they may have been born to decide whether or not they hate them or love them? Seriously?
Yeah, it makes me embarrassed to be American when that kind of stuff happens. I'm like, what the hell? Are we that stupid?
It embarrasses.
I'm not. Everybody I know is not, but you see it on the news.
It embarrasses the shit out of me when people justify it, though. When they catch the dude, they do, wow, it's like, God, wow, can we kick you out of the country? I mean, yeah, I just, it's ridiculous. If I ever knew anybody in my group or in my fucking channel that did it, you would be the first one that I would publicly possibly try to destroy to the point of every panel I would talk about you if I ever found out that someone did something. I'm not you, Steve, you know what I mean. If I found out somebody from our group or from the own community did something like that, I would have no mercy toward you whatsoever. Like you have no mercy toward them, I would have no mercy toward you. These are innocent people. The only connection to what you hate is the place they were born, which is ridiculous. I don't hate black people. Okay, I hate everybody, I guess you could say, but I hate everybody equally. Okay, I'm just not a really big people person. That's what people tell me. But
and you know how we become like sensitized to like you don't call Mexican people tacos, you don't call black people this, you don't and you don't you don't be racist, except for that with Asians it's always been like open season. It's always been okay to make fun of Asians, which I don't really get that. I mean, I'm not Asian, but,
well, the problem is, see, I've been married to someone from another country since I was the age of 17 years old. When I was 17 years old, I married a Hispanic woman. She was a lot older than I was, but we got married and so forth. And that was in 1978, when being married to a Hispanic in my community was taboo. I mean, for one thing, she was 20-something years old and I was 17, so that in itself was taboo. And so, I mean, there was a lot against it. And now, so I saw a lot of different racism throughout the years. So people say, "Oh no, that's not racism," buddy. I know what racism looks like. I know when people act the way they act. The waitress in the restaurant, the guy waiting on you at the counter. I recognize it. I know what it looks like. I can spot it in a second. So it bothers me when I'm standing behind a black person and I see the person in front of them being treated so nicely, and then the black person gets to the counter and it's a total, you would think it was a different person altogether. And I guess I recognize that because I dealt with it pretty much all my life. So I can see it. And
I
now,
think everybody deals with it. I mean, you've dealt with it because you've actually dated people of different races, so you have seen it a shit
yeah.
ton more than we have. But I think everybody sees racism or experiences at some
Oh,
point in their
sure.
life.
Well, yeah, you see the dramatic. You see when someone does something that's obvious, but what we tend to see is the people who are racism, who are racist just by nature, not because they want to be, but just they are deep down inside, and they may not even realize it. I've seen. Okay, we were in a restaurant one time. My wife and I, my current wife and I, were in a restaurant one time, and the waitress came up and did not say hi to my wife, said hi to me, and said hi to my daughter. It totally ignored my wife. All right, mind you, my daughter looks American. All right, she has an American look. Did not even make eye contact with my wife. Asked my daughter what she wanted, asked me what I wanted, and then looked at me waiting for me to give the order of my wife. And I just sat there and I wouldn't give an order. I made that fucking woman turn around to my wife and ask her. I pointed toward my wife, like, yeah, you ask her. And the look on this woman's face, the look that came across her eyes when she turned and had to serve her, had to be the one to take her order. You could see that she just did not want to be the one to do that. And the thing of it is, I don't know whether it was racist by race. Was it racist because she didn't? Was it she didn't like my wife because my wife was so much younger than I am, or what? I mean, it could have been either of those two things and so forth. But it doesn't have to be words. It doesn't have to be someone hits you, punches you, slaps you. And my wife was totally disgusted. My wife wouldn't even eat her meal because she was so upset by the way this woman treated her and so forth. So a lot of times, it's not the way you purposely act to them, but just I don't know. People, you have to
Subtle things that you do.
Yeah, and you could tell that woman just did not want to have any contact at all with my wife. And when I forced her to ask my wife, what she wanted, you could tell she just didn't want to be the one to be the server, you know. And then when she came back with all the food, she put the food in front of my daughter, in front of me, and then set my wife's plate in the center of the table. So my wife had to reach out, grab it, pull it to her. So it was these subtle little things that you see, but not, so.
Yeah, I had a girlfriend. I had a girlfriend in Cambodia, but I was kind of tired of Cambodia. I didn't really enjoy it much. So, but I went to Thailand and I paid for her to come and meet me in Thailand. And so she's in Thailand and they think she looks Thai, because
Yeah.
it's right next door and stuff. But as soon as like she can't speak Thai, she starts speaking Cambodian to them or something. And then they were just so racist against her. And for me, they'd set my food in front of me and my stuff, and then my girlfriend, they'd like throw her food at her. And
Yep, slide it across the table. Yep.
listen to anything. They'd throw her food, and she's like, "I need a fork," and they go get a
May I
fork
say
and
hi to everyone?
they just throw it at her. I was like,
Yeah,
"What the hell is that?"
To hi
that's
everyone
what
in
happens with
chat.
my wife
There's
here now and then.
no, see it in
You
chat.
cannot say hi, bud. You're not allowed to say
Apparently, I'm not. Dude.
All right, bud, say hi. I'll be quiet.
No, that's right. I'm gonna type it.
hi.
I was gonna say hi to Cooking with Lulu.
Oh,
Lulu.
She knows she misses me. Oh wait a minute, no, she doesn't. She misses James. All right, well, I'll just have to mute myself and cry back to sleep.
Even in America, you guys are. I see it a lot when I go back home south. When I go back home in Texas, and a lot of people don't realize I'm a local, and I'm left there to come up north. I get picked on, and they hear I've lost my southern accent, and I talk like a damn Yankee and all that stuff now. So
Bite me.
But they grill on you just for being a Yankee and stuff like that, here in America.
You know,
Yeah.
the funny thing is when you go to like the Philippines, and probably Steve will tell you this, when you go to the Philippines, they look up to us so much. They love Americans so much.
Oh,
They
of
love
course they do.
they love us to go there. They love us not just because we're there spending money and so forth, but because
Well, exactly.
what we have done for that country throughout the years. You remember that place was overrun with Japanese. It was captured by Japan and we were the ones who went and freed them from the Japanese stronghold.
And
And so,
Japan was brutal. Japan was freaking brutal to them. They'd
yeah,
march them out in the streets and fucking kill them in the streets. Not
not
military,
until they were dead.
just
Yeah, I
like
mean,
regular
they were,
people.
and they were raping a lot of the women. That's why if you
Yeah.
look now, you see a lot of the middle-aged women had Japanese, some Japanese heritage. You can see, that they're the Japanese heritage and so forth, and you can see the American and the Spanish. Like my wife, if you look at my wife is more mestiza, which means she's more like of the Spanish part of the country and so forth. Her mother looks more Spanish than Asian. My wife looks more Spanish than Asian and so forth.
Hey, dude. Anna chick, why don't you come on up? Shelly's in here. She didn't say hi back, but that's all right. I understand.
Okay, if Shelly's coming up, I gotta head out. I gotta go finish my dishes.
No,
A
you
fucking
stay here.
troublemaker.
Look
No.
at your show, dude. This ain't me and KY show.
I was just
Go
fucking.
finish your dishes. Go finish your dishes. Me and Bud are about to have
No,
a arm
I'm-
wrestle.
I'm mad.
I
Look at
think
that.
goodbye, Brian.
I'm madly in love with Shelly. She actually, they porn bombed Little Fungus. Well, on their show, but I laughed my ass off so much. Remember Little Fungus was the one that put up Heidi's picture to dox her and make fun of her. So don't all talk at once, though. Seriously, it's annoying.
Well, I don't know.
There's
We're
a
waiting.
fucking cricket. What the fuck? How did all these crickets exist now when I get up here?
There's no cricket. What are you talking about?
Oh, nice.
Bring it up again. We'll vote on it.
Cobra.
You want to start
Yes,
talking
Yeah.
about Asian girls? I'll talk for a week
Look.
about that.
exactly. Anyway,
Uh,
my chick, I think, is getting pissed at me because I went, you know what?
Hey, Shelly.
Oh my God, she did say hi.
What the
Did she-
fuck, LT, man?
Hey,
That's
babe.
'cause
Oh my
You
God, he
should
puts
come
a
up
Z.
here.
Hi.
He was gonna call me back in an hour and he never did. Oh my God,
What's
is that
up, dear?
Shelly? Is
What's
Shelly
up,
up here?
guys?
Hey,
How you
guys.
doing?
Shelly!
Shelly.
What's
How is
up,
everybody
girl?
doing today?
It's good. I was gonna come say hi to you, but then I saw the people you had on your panel and the ones in your chat
Damn
Yeah,
troll.
want
dude,
me
I
for,
had-
want me for dinner. There's just no way. I go in there like, holy fuck, look who she's got in here. These
yeah,
guys.
I had James Freeman. You guys like him?
No, I
Part of
didn't
it.
see Freeman. I got in there when you had all the evil people from Masshole up there, and they don't
Yeah,
like me.
They
don't like-
they can get brutal sometimes when they don't care for somebody, but I wouldn't let that deter you from coming to see me.
No,
Because
no, you'd like
friends.
to have me chopped apart. No, I'm not going, and especially some of them. There's several ones in there that even Andrew said, no, they don't like you because you associate with people like Brian and Furry. Well,
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
if
offensive,
that's the
so,
case, I'd do a Mac out session with them. Fuck you and your goddamn, you don't like me because of association by guilt. Yeah, right. You know what? Then that means you need to be executed because apparently your mother was a piece of shit to have you. There you go. Guilt by
Shelly, are you
association, that
Shelly, are you
bitch.
back in Florida?
I am. I got back a few days ago. I'm gonna be
Pepperoni.
moving into my new place tomorrow. I'm so excited.
Wait a
And,
minute. Where were you? Where did you live before?
California.
Cali.
So let me get this straight. Not only did you leave the state to get a car, but now you're dumping California for that alligator swampland worthless fucking state known as Florida.
Well, I'm not
That's
in the
where
fucking
she's
Everglades or anything, so.
Oh my God! You go down there with your alligators, girl. Go right ahead. You run into Glenn.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is call you. Do you have Maddie Madness number?
No, I don't. You want to send it to me?
Yes. There's something going on you might want to get involved in. All right.
Oh, well, no, sure. What is it? You want to tell me?
Nah, they can't say over.
Can't do that.
Come on, just give me a hint. Nobody's listening.
Yeah.
Everybody's listening.
I promise I won't tell anyone.
Right.
Uh, Mr. Gray is involved. There's a bunch of people involved. Okay, so you might,
Are you talking about John?
huh?
I would change it because she's
Which
gonna play
Greg?
hang in with your ass, and eventually you're gonna say something you don't mean to.
Anyhow, yeah. Just I'll send you Maddie's,
Okay.
and then you talk to her and see if you want to get involved or not. Okay,
Is it about a protest or is it about?
Oh, here we go.
Hey,
Keep going, dude. Why don't we narrow it down so that the police listening can figure it out too?
Yeah,
Come on,
and I'll give you the
question
date
number
and where and
22.
when, too. Come on.
You guys need to
Come on,
keep it down low. I know you want to tell me the secret, but
You know,
keep it
enter.
down
It's a
low.
matter of dialing a bunch of 9 digits, and you can find out. I mean, it's honestly,
Yeah.
I'm sure you're good
All
with
right.
your fingers.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
You know
just
what
saying.
happened today? Today was amazing. Today I was like, watching some YouTube videos, doing some shit, cooking some food and this and that. I get a phone call and it's from Florida, and I'm like, thinking it was a scam call, And it's usually a guy from India, right? So I'm
Yeah.
like, what up, Florida? I'm like, what the hell's up, Florida? What are you doing? And they're like, Stevie, what's up? Do you know who this is? I'm like, you sound like Maddie. She's like, yeah, it's Maddie. I'm like, oh, cool. You got my number. Right on. What's up? And then we had a little talking. Yeah, that was kind of cool.
All right. I can't believe you left California, Shelly. I know it's expensive, but
Yeah, I mean, I had to. I was more than anything, I was lonely, and I mean, I had a job and everything, but I still have a job here, so I'm much happier. Plus, it was cold and stuff, and I miss it here. I love it. I'm happy I came back. It only took me 2 days and 8 hours to get here.
nice. Well, I won't be able to come and hang with you, but it's all good.
We'll meet up one day, bud. Okay. Don't
Not
worry
in Florida, we won't. I'm just saying, I love Port George Farmer. I'd go down there for him, but Jesus,
about it.
one alligator too many for me. I'm. It's like.
I mean, you could always go to the beach side. You won't find any alligators there.
No, I know it's a pretty. I've got friends there. It's just that it's what it is. And
So
it's like,
Shelly,
yeah,
Shelly, what is it with when you have a live and then like you have like I'm just making up numbers here, but
Yeah.
okay,
Why
so you have 30 likes and then you have like 50 dislikes. What's up with that? I mean, it's kind of cool, but
Most of the
that's
time
the
I have
first
more
time I ever
dislikes
seen that.
than likes.
420 is in the
So-
building.
Yeah, it's true.
Gee,
But I do put up a banner. Please do not hit the unlike button. So that might be giving them a tip off to go and
Yeah.
do that.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter though. It doesn't really matter. The
Well,
algorithms.
we're
of this-
discussing it now, so now we're gonna do it even more. Thanks, bud. I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah,
you know,
because your thumbs down and thumbs up count towards the same total.
that's what they keep telling me to
No,
lift
and I'll
my
tell you
spirits.
why. I'll tell you why. It's not lifting your spirits. YouTube could give a flying fuck about your spirits. They are interested in money, and they realize that both a plus up and a thumb down mean that this person came into your room, gave you video time, and actually gave a fuck to hit the button. It would be better if they just didn't hit any button at all and walk out on you, because then that would screw up your algorithms that don't really mean dick.
Yeah,
'Cause
because
you-
it's
you-
interaction. If
Yeah,
there's any
you-
interaction, then it counts positive.
Right now,
Yeah, YouTube likes that interaction.
YouTube as a general, they've been lying about your subscriptions and stuff and removing them. See, after you reach the monetizations 1,000, they don't want you to know how many people you have because that's all part of their advertising.
No,
They don't want
it shows how many people you have all the time.
Right, but they'll remove that. In January, they were going to remove it totally so that you could not show how many subscriptions you had, but it cost them too many problems because they don't want competitors to figure out what channels to advertise on and which ones not to. They want full control, but that caused so much of a stink pot that they had to put it back. Now they're just going to fuck with your numbers. You need to get an independent program, which is out there, that monitors this shit, and we'll be able to tell you exactly what your totals are. And if you compare it to the one YouTube puts up, you'll see what I'm talking about. They're full of it. They're full of shit completely. It's all about the advertising money. Because all the stuff that's fucked up, like remember when you used to be able to click on the photo in the chat and it would take you to their page?
Yeah.
They got rid of that so you couldn't send invites out. Now you literally have to find the station, go to it, and sign up. And you can't be lazy and sign up on the outside. You have to literally go into the room, because if you hit that button outside that says subscribe, you may not get any notifications. Yeah, isn't that fun? This is all the shit they like to do, which is why TrueTube is going to take over eventually, because they've done it to themselves. See, that the 4 years that Trump was in office, the jackasses came out. Not because of Trump, because of the excuse of Trump. So they destroyed our First Amendment rights and shit due to this nonsense. Now we got a guy in there in office that's doing worse things right away off the bat, and there's not a goddamn noise. Not a cricket. You don't hear all the fucking orange man. He'll grab by the pussy, grab by the baby. No matter what he said, it was a drama. Now, this idiot in office is making comments and doing shit that is completely brutal, and nobody is saying fuck. Oh, well, now you got people starting to say this. Oh, well, now look, I don't like Trump nor the new one. Yeah, now they don't like him. They just wanted him in office to get rid of Trump. Yeah. Now they want to backstep and pretend like they didn't have nothing to do with it. Well, like they told the Trumpsters, which I was not one of, you get to own what you put in there, baby. This is all you. So don't be backstepping now saying how you don't. Shut the fuck up. 4 years you're whining about every little thing that Trump did, which saved lives and family members of mine. And now you like he has passed more executive office decisions now that they were all bitching about Trump. But it doesn't matter that Biden walked in and set a record for the most ever written, not a fucking word. He removed the pharmaceutical company that Trump had put in effect that allow you to get cheaper medicine from other countries. Your EpiPens dropped from $690 down to $65. Your diabetic insulin went from me $800 to $1,200 down to $150, which I could afford.
No shit, huh?
Yeah, no shit. And Biden removed that right away. That was one of the first things he removed with this executive order, because, you know, Trump man bad. Yeah. Well, you know what, dude? That bill right there was just because of the money his family was making Biden. So he removed that. He don't give a fuck about us. No one said a fucking word about that. He's removing everything Trump put in effect that actually helps people. It doesn't matter.
Because his family's not making as many millions well, we got to remove that so we can make that bundle of money again.
Like, exactly. Like, because Trump was stopping China from basically taking our economy over with his restrictions and his trade things. That Biden, of course, has family members directly contacted with China, but we don't hear China. That's only good for Russia. You know, Mad Cow doesn't give a. Mad Cow's not paid to tell the truth. Mad Cow is paid to fucking spew etiquette that the Democrats wanted, and now we're.
But our last two elections aren't voting for who you want. It was voting against somebody, and so like Trump
not
got
necessarily. A lot of people said that
because it was anti-Hillary.
No, it was not.
Which I understand.
That was not. I don't agree with that. I agree with Biden though. He came in. Let's get real. I have idiots telling you that Trump was the most racist president ever in office. When you have a man that flat said he wouldn't send his kids to school because blacks were there because it was resembling a zoo. Recently, he made the comment, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. This is a guy that's been in our system for 50 years, a part of the system which everyone has been bitching about. He has been in there for 50 fucking years. And let's remember, people, there's only 587 people total that make these votes between Congress and Senate. I mean, that's it.
But our last two elections weren't voting for someone you wanted. It was voting
I don't agree with you on that. Trump was not voted in office because of Hillary. He actually won just like he won this election, and it was stolen. It had nothing to do with Hillary other than the fact that she was a criminal and needed to be put in jail. That's why, you know, like I said, hey, there's karma. That's when the helicopter shut off and she fell 100 feet. Too bad it didn't finish her completely. Her and her husband are the worst scumbags ever crawled this earth. and they are affiliated with Bush. Now, when they were all doing that shit when they were running for office, everyone thought that the Bushes and the Clintons hated each other, but it turns out that their families have been linked for decades. The
But
Clintons
they
have
don't
always...
want you to know that.
They don't want you to know that because there is not two election systems. There is no Democrats, and there's evil fucking people, and we need to make term limits on Congress and Senate. These rich people who are dictating to 90% poor have no idea what's going on with us. We should be mandatory mandatory terms for everyone. You get voted in. If you have a certain degree, if you've gone to school and got a certain degree, and yes, it does matter that you went to fucking school and you went to college, maybe require that you need to at least have a associate's degree in order to be put up in the pool that goes to run Congress and Senate. This bullshit where they'll tell you, well, you're going to bring someone who knows nothing about anything. The only thing these people in Congress and Senate know right now is their pockets. So we can't do a lot worse than bringing in new people. Fuck
bring
you.
new people. Term
587 people decide everything for all of us. And they make it seem like it takes years to get things passed. Really?
Yeah.
Seems like you're just all having a circle jerk.
I'm completely for term limits. That's great. And we need to get rid of the Electoral College and just do a straight vote.
No, we do not need to get rid of it. That's the worst thing you could do.
See, I know the debate on this one. Well, because, see, the problem is like this. You have a mass amount of people in California. And the reason KY is all for this is because Kentucky would have their asses handed back to them. There's more people in LA, but see, this is not what we're talking about when we say get rid of the Electoral College. Back in the day that the buggy, when you got on your horse and buggy and you rode the fuck into town, there was no way to tell people shit. Now we have the internet, the one they like to keep bringing up for them, but then when it comes to convenient, how they forget it about us. We don't need an electoral college system. We need a vote by vote. Yeah. One man, one vote. Not That's some fucking politician jacking off in office, deciding that he's going to do whatever the fuck he wants, and that man's getting paid off by them. Just like Soros went around and
have only like 4 or 5 states that decide the election. That's ridiculous. When there's like 7 million people who vote one way, and it could swing.
Granted, now the other reason, who dropped? Oh, Brian did.
No, Brian's been gone all along.
No, Brian.
I dropped him, bud. I dropped him when he said I gotta go. I dropped him.
Oh, I thought he was shit. Yeah. Oh my God. You're right. Shelly dropped. Evil. Yeah, he's in the basement, bro. That's why I thought he was still in the show.
Oh no, he had to go. He's going to do the dishes. He said it.
Oh, that's right. His job he had to do first.
One person, one vote, and every fucking American
one person,
vote.
One vote.
And they had
no problem pulling this shit on this election going. And the next thing, how many people still buy the lie and bullshit that mail-in fucking voting is safe? Are you serious?
Hell no.
I have been saying this, and we even said what would happen if you used the mail-in, but no. All these Democrats that didn't want Trump and knew damn well they'd have to rig the election to get him out. So, and it's all justifiable. No. By the way, the lawsuits and investigations are not stopping just because the media is not telling you. Just because they're not telling you. Watch Congress Live and see all these representatives coming up there talking about the hundreds of thousands of ballots found in boxes that were dumped in a state where Biden supposedly won by 1% by a mere less than 100,000 votes, and 400,000 votes were dumped in a ditch. So
they tried that. They tried to do that in 65 court cases and lost them all. So I don't know what.
Well, you heard the way they're doing the lawsuit, though. I mean, if you pay attention and you actually read it, when they first tried to put the lawsuit in, they said there is no case yet. You have to wait. Then after it was after the case had gone and they brought up and tried to put it, they said there's no standing, which is a law that was not supposed to be used in that manner. But it basically says that, well, you've already waited. It's already done. So they kept them out of court to file it, and then they fucked them when they came back in with it. That was because Soros paid for all those judges, and anyone that has half a brain can go to each of the judges and read where their funding came from. And you're going to know there's a couple corporations that, if you follow back, came from Soros. He put all these judges in to do just that because Soros doesn't care about this country. That's why he's
70%
illegal
of the
in
cases-
Germany. He's illegal in
70% of
Germany.
the
He's
cases
illegal in
were-
England. He's in France, in Germany.
70%.
Hold on, let me finish
70%
this one.
of the cases were Trump appointed judges.
No,
that-
just let me
that
finish what I
ruled
was saying,
against
though.
him.
So these states where Soros had gone to, these countries, he's not allowed into again because of what he does. And now he's here doing it to our country.
Innocence in the house.
Oh, let him up. Is the thing out there still
What
KY?
happened? What happened? Where's my chat?
There's
Oh.
nobody down there. Just
No, I said put the link.
oh,
Oh, wait, what did he say he's coming back after he did his dishes?
he didn't say.
No.
Oh,
Yes.
just what? So he went, all right.
Come on up, Innocent. What's up, brother?
So are you coming to
Yeah,
California,
yeah.
Stevie?
I'm in California.
Where? I thought you were in, oh, hell. I thought you were in Florida, too.
No.
Where in
Am I-
California are you?
I'm just a little bit below Sacramento over here.
How close to, wow. Okay, Sacramento's way the hell.
Okay, I'm a half hour from Sacramento. Well, at the beginning of Sacramento. My
Yeah, but
brother lives in Sacramento, but it takes me an hour because
Jesus,
big-
you're way over on the other end of California. Which, by the way,
Nah.
I don't know why Sacramento gets to be the one that is considered the main part. LA should.
we're in the middle, and the Bay Area is like almost as big.
Because Sacramento was the shipping hub. That's why it became the capital.
Ah, that makes sense. And no longer.
Did you ever get a hold of Jet 888?
No. I don't know how to get a hold of him.
I think that's his channel, Jet 888.
I couldn't find it. Isn't he the one that wanted to help us out a little or something?
He had jackets and things to donate.
Right.
For the homeless.
Hey, I got an idea. If anyone has a truck or a van and they would like to go to
The voice
Arizona.
of reason has returned.
Oh, God.
Right, yeah.
Oh,
That's
God.
it, Brian.
All right. Anyway.
Fucker.
Dude, if anyone has a van and would like to go to Arizona, I have a really, really cool idea that would get jackets, hats, all kind of shit for the homeless for free.
Fireworks?
And they're brand new. They're brand new.
Fireworks?
Huh?
I go to Arizona to get fireworks.
Well, yeah, but I see what it is right now, ever since Biden got into office, the coyotes have picked up now about 5 times as much as they were going. It's getting completely
There are a lot of people coming in this country now.
right now.
Oh
Well,
my
anyway,
God.
So what happens is they come over and the coyotes and stuff buy them camouflage clothes, really good, expensive really good stuff. You know, because most people can afford to donate that for, Soros was the one they said. Anyway, so you got these people coming in, you know.
And as
that's
soon as
the-
they get across the border,
that's right.
they dump their backpacks and clothes and everything.
Well, they
else.
don't. Yeah, and what they do is they pile them up and they get other sets of clothes to go. Now, all these clothes, this guy has a show. He goes around every day, and fills up trucks loads of this stuff. They're all brand new shirts, brand new jackets, brand new shoes. They want them to look American when they come this way and not wear camouflage because of the police are looking for anyone in that area wearing camouflage stuff. So they
Wow, so that means we could uniform our army?
yes.
Probably.
Okay.
We can go there and get it for free. Because it's actually considered trash sitting all there. He takes it and has a lot of raffles. He takes it and keeps it. He finds all kind of shit. They find battery packs for cameras. They find chargers for cameras, chargers for phones. All that stuff is out there because if someone shows up or they hear something, they have to run. So you go back there and you pick this shit up. And it's yours. Now, I was thinking we could go down there with a group of people because you got to go with a group And because it's not safe, again, none of this shit is safe because the coyotes are not going to be happy that you're disturbing their business. They will open fire on you. This guy that I watch has been fired on multiple times by coyotes.
I want to
Literally.
know, how do coyotes hold guns with their paws?
I have no idea. All I know is they're able to shoot fucking things.
Yeah, well,
This is ridiculous, dude. And I mean, if you go down there with the people living in those areas, those towns are being completely taken over and destroyed the same way the cartel does. in
There's
Mexico.
600 people a day.
And these fucking houses that were once American citizens are being taken over and used as waypoints.
And I just wonder, when they all get here and they get their green card, and in 2 years,
And they're $2,000
and they get their citizenship.
and their stimulus payment before they even become a citizen.
I
Free
know,
health care before they become a citizen. Yeah, keep going. Just to let you know.
and then when they get their citizenship, they're going to be good Democrats.
Yeah, they are.
But
What
you
I
know,
like the best, though,
India is raping us way more than Mexico. People coming in, that are hardworking people that want to work. India is coming over here and
taking over the
taking
electronic
the life
stuff.
savings from your grandma.
Yep, that's the way that works too. But people don't want to. They don't live like
That's what a lot of people
this
do.
one
That's a huge
anti-fucking
bigger deal.
anti-wall people that live in New York and have houses and rich money and sit on their keyboards, write nasty messages to people like us who are like, well, what about the people living on the border? It's like when Cher tried to say, well, you should, let them in. And Trump finally said to her, okay, fine. Where do you live? I can bust into your state. And her comment back to us, we can't afford to have any more people. So exactly what the fuck do you think we are doing? It's like, if you want to look at it, people, it's like, look at the houses near the border. They are being stolen. People are being killed. The little villages in the areas near Arizona and are being overrun by these coyotes who are using them now. And now we're not allowed to do anything. Certain states like Arizona, I think, passed laws that said you can only hold, or no, that's the thing Australia did that they're trying to do here. If you look up Alice Springs, I used to live there. Right now, the kids have taken over that entire town. Literally, have taken over that town. If the adults try to do something, the kids burn their businesses down or they attack them.
Oh, what's that called? Wasn't that a Stephen King movie? Yeah,
it'd be funny, but it's real. My friend lives there. And they're killing people left, right, and center. And they're now importing meth in there.
Children of the Corn.
All right, great. So the meth that they're passing out are killing people over there, and these kids are taking over the entire fucking town. Just the same way. That's what happens when you don't have law and order. I'm just saying that some things, now you got people in places like that. They're in the middle of nowhere. So,
but you're talking about Texas, which is law and order state, and everyone.
No, I never actually brought up Texas. Never actually brought up Texas. I said Arizona and Australia.
Well,
I lived in Texas too, brother. Same problem there. Matter of fact, Falkland came over. And Falkland got together with a lot of the people coming over the border and formed his own little construction company down there. Now, a lot of people bitched and moaned about that that's where the whole thing where our jobs are being stolen came in. However, it didn't matter. Falkland managed to convince them to let him have the contract to do the Astrodome. And he became rich and famous. And then he turned around, because that's the kind of person he is, and he created the savings and loan scandal. That is why we no longer have savings and loans. They come over, we let them vote down everything. We didn't follow our laws or anything. We let them get away while they were screaming racism. And then what they did was they destroyed the savings and loan with their little contracts. That's what Falkland did. Flew out of our country after he did it.
I got to tell you, I lost a lot of money when Biden did win from investing. I invested in a ladder company in the southern states, and we were building 18-foot ladders extending to 36 foot to the top of the wall. And then when Biden won, the ladder company got folded up. So we're hoping that in 2024 that we can talk someone into running again. And so we're just gonna hold on to the ladders.
Look at this. You think he's starting a third party, you know that? It's really going to be interesting to see. No, it should have been done before, whether it's Trump or not. But I mean, because, we need a different pull source of people running. So I'm all.
Yeah, a lot of democracies around the world they're not a two-party system, they're like a four-party system or 3 or 4-party system. That would be great for us.
Oh God, yes. Oh God, yes.
I would love that.
Exactly, because the two that are up there right now are not two; they're one. I mean, so we need another. That's what happened with Ross Perot ran. It threw them into chaos.
Hey, James Richards, you get the truck and tell me where to meet you, and you and I will cross country. We'll share drive across. The only place we'll stop is wherever we can pick up food. We'll pick up food and clothes, and we'll meet up with Bud and KY. We'll meet up with the six auditors, whatever the hell they are. 6 auditors, jerk off something.
Oh, look at this motherfucker! 6 jerk off auditors and a food raiser.
Whatever the hell they do.
Actually, there's 7. You left out El Mangus.
Oh, you have a new one? Wait. How come there's some of us who wanted to join, and you said no?
Then let me stop.
No, wait a minute.
Again, look at this. He won't let me answer that question, so he can go off on a tangent.
No, I want to go off on the tangent first. How come when some of us wanted to join, no, it's just us 6 original. Nobody else can join.
5.
Then
5.
Yeah, that's right. It was 5.
Right. They only fit the car. You know what the answer is, and you're just making this up for drama.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden, you've thrown 2 more people in. Is it because I'm black? Did you not accept me because I'm black? Is that what it is?
Wait a minute, you're black? Is that? Oh my God! Yeah,
you're albino. You don't look.
Yeah, no. Well, he can say that though. He's allowed to. It's all right. I saw that interview with that idiot in fucking who's trying to say he's black. Did you see this?
Yeah.
He's making you saw that. I mean, oh my God, he actually is walking around saying he's black and he's white. This
he's a white boy.
Stop. This is just
and no, he cannot rap. I don't care what he says.
No, and second, dude, he really is not going to be able to walk in and claim that he's being discriminated against because he's black. He's white. For the love of God, can this stop? Do I need to shoot myself in the face?
If I can say, hey, I'm a woman and I'm a woman, why the hell can I say I'm black?
All right, y'all getting crazy. Because, you know what? I'm not going to answer that. All I was saying was 5 people could fit in the car. Now, KY and El Mangus are on the outside. But I still feel they should be mentioned because KY does a lot of stuff for us.
So you've got a car that holds 7 people now.
No, we have a car that holds 5. They don't get to go. There's never going to be anyone else in the car. Sorry, it's not going to work.
They rope me to the roof. I catch bugs.
I was going to say we could tie him to. We can't even have him sit in the back and bring pizzas out. We thought about that. Have someone actually sit in the back of the car so we can make sure. Well, that's the other problem, people. We need to get a tarp over it or something.
We've got ashamed Canadian and we've got embarrassed American.
Embarrassed to be American. Oh my God, that's great.
And he's saying that because of what you have done to us. Because you said it was 5 was all we were going to have. And
oh my God, it's me. It's me, KY.
Because of me and the other guy that wanted to were black, he won't let us.
Look at this. Look at this. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah, I've been embarrassed to be an American for the last 4 years, but
I've been embarrassed to be a black American. That's what it took
to make you be embarrassed. Why? Why would you be embarrassed?
When Bush was in office, and I traveled around the world. I'm a world traveler. I travel. I had to say I was Canadian because I didn't want to argue with people, and I didn't want to defend
with Bush. So why the last 4 years? I mean, Bush was 8 years ago.
You want to hear something ironic? My daughter has 3 now.
If you traveled, you know.
She was born in Canada, so she has a Canadian passport, and she's American, so she has an American passport. So she has 2 passports to travel on. So it depends where we are, depending on which passport you show. And now she's going to have her 3rd one next time we go to the Philippines because she's a Filipino citizen.
Hey, Gordon Bombay. Well, it's time to smoke, huh? What time is it? Oh, it's almost 4:20. It's 4:20 where KY's at.
It's 4:22.
Yeah, it's 4:22. I'm late. And I'm on the
Hey.
West Coast, so I get
Is it-
sustainable
Has
time.
anybody seen 420 Cop Watch? He didn't even come on the show today.
No, he just went live. His show just
Oh,
started.
sure. Maybe I'll stay on all evening. Take away his people. 420.
I
420.
gotta drop. I gotta do something for my wife. So later, everybody. Thank
If
you.
I look over there and I see you on 420, I'll be pissed.
I'm not going on 420.
Don't you fucking do it.
I won't.
Yeah, we're gonna check it. We're gonna look.
No
We're
problem.
watching it.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for having up. Talk to you later.
All right. All right. Actually, we're going to be nice to 420 and we're going to call it a day. So if anybody has 420's link and wants to put 420's link over, you all can do an NNE raid over at 420. He's a good old boy. He normally comes on our streams. So the Republicans are the enemy of the people and must be stopped. Yeah, you're embarrassed to be a Republican. You're a good man.
Banjo. What the hell's banjo? I never heard of weed called banjo, but I got a whole jar of it.
Exactly. Bud, are you there?
Are we leaving? Are you guys closing it down?
Well, I figured everybody would probably run over to 420. 420 is open. Hey, Budweiser. He don't even answer the Budweiser. He's really gone. And it's an audit of what's going on. Can somebody put up 420s so that you
Yeah.
guys can all run over there? Put up
It's
420s.
probably best like not to talk politics on these because people have like deep seated stuff that
Oh my God, embarrassing.
and stuff.
I've been
It's
repeating.
like talking religion, you know. It's like
I
it's
know.
one of those things that
Embarrassed American. I've been telling people what you've been saying, so don't tell me that. I'll reach out there and shake you by the coat collar. Innocent auditors now put up 420. Okay, so anybody y'all want to go over to 420, go over and hit him with an NNE raid if you would, please.
should we go do a raid? Let's go do it.
Yeah, let's go do a raid real quick. I want to go over and say hi to. But everybody does run over there. I'm going to close up shop here. And thank you guys for all coming in. Everybody for coming and being in chat. And Steve, thanks for being on panel with me. Appreciate it, brother.
Thanks, Brian. Love you,
All right.
brother.
All right. Talk to you later, brother. I'd leave Bud here all by himself. That's what I'd do.